Welcome back to Red out of the shed. Red is staying in the shed because it's absolutely tipping it down. We're on a different job. 135 today, not 35, later on. I've done a bit of work on this already. We're putting new hubs on. Old hub is in a bad way. The old one. I want to keep it original, but I can't. It's got some, I know some better mechanics than me would have been able to sort this out, but I can't. And it got to a point where I had spent a lot of time getting these old studs out, and there was one that I was fighting with. I just could not. I couldn't budge it. So, new hub from our favourite tractor parts supplier. I did touch it up with a bit of paint. So there we go. New hub on. All greased up and ready. If I can find a paintbrush. Right. So we found a paintbrush. I'm going to give this a little touch. If I'd have been a proper YouTuber, I'd have had that prepared before. But anyway, not to worry. Drill at the hand, at the ready. Studs at the ready. Tyres. Now then, we have broke the bank here. Here's the old one. Now, there are people that will be happy with that. There'll be people that are loving that, the patina and all that kind of jiggery pokery. Not for me on this one. Not for me on this one. She's not being original. She's going to be a little bit newer, this one. So, can we get it lined up or not? So what we'll do is we'll set that, so that's at the top and that's at the bottom. And we'll set that so on this one, expensive tyres. These are Goodyears, and they are the proper diamond agri. There's a name for them, but I forget what they are now. Basically, the brand that the tractor would have been produced with, essentially. I didn't do that on the back because they were super expensive, but I did on the front because I really like the look of these. And there's a little bit more in the aesthetics on this one. So let's have that on there. There she blows. Whizzy whizzy. Is that the right socket size? Yeah, boy. I'll give these a nip up in a bit. I'll take my hat off to these guys that do these nut and bolt restorations. You see the end product here. Just putting a few bolts in and whatever. I mean, the work that goes in on these restorations is phenomenal. I take my hat off to these guys that can do it, a whole nut and bolt restoration. I do little bits. Just tinker away sort of thing. I haven't got the time to spend all that type of time doing that sort of stuff. But yeah. I mean, I'm happy with that. So, this is what it looks like before we started. And you can see in there, these studs here have been bolted all the way through. And there are 1, 2, 3 of them that have obviously been sheared off. And now we're going to need to get taken off, and that's going to be a bit tight. So yeah, off we go. Wheel studs. Probably been on since 1960 odd. Get on! Oh, that's good. It's gone. You see, wheel stud. This is just a repair. Somebody's just put a bolt all the way. Now then, contrary to what I thought was going to happen, these bolts came off in one go. And if you look close, they're not even a bolt. They're just a bit of threaded bar with a couple of bolts on either end, a couple of nuts on either end. Right, take that pressure off that tyre. Get that tyre off. Happy days. Right, there is a bucket load of rubbish on there. So we're going to get our spray and spray that mad for the next 2 or 3 days till that all softens. All that hardened on dirt and grime all softens and it'll just peel away. But do you know what? Somebody will want that because it's an original.